See, when you put on your pants, you're just trying to cover up your wiener. When I put on my pants, I'm fucking making hits, motherfucker.
Time to make the donuts.
Boom!
Welcome to the show.
Coming to you live from under a rock somewhere in the Midwest.
Is that where we are now?
It could be. Who knows? No one cares.
I feel like it's time to invest in bunker technology, though.
Bunker technology?
Bunker technology.
But what about those people with bunker busters?
Oh.
What are we going to do that?
That's why we have to invest in the bunker technology.
In better technology than we have?
We need bunkers to beat the bunker busters.
Bigger bunkers. Better. This is like becoming what do they call those things? Like a tongue twister. Better bunkers to beat the busters. Say that 10 times fast.
Better bunkers to beat the busters. Better bunkers to beat the busters.
Okay, so it's not that hard. I didn't say I was very good at this.
Welcome to Tower Dive, where we're talking about tongue twisters and Armageddon prepping.
And doomsday prepping.
That's what we do.
I do have 10,000 packages of ramen in my basement, though.
I have just a lot of hot sauce for the ramen.
I feel like we're good then. We've got ramen. We've got hot sauce.
What else do you need? Oh,
water. Water. I think I have a couple of bottles of water.
Yeah, a couple bottles. You don't need a lot of water to cook ramen.
It'll rain.
Right?
I mean, there's plenty of water.
It comes from the sky for free. Who's not paying for water?
I'm like a fucking clown. Here I am. I've been paying for water all these years.
Put a bucket outside.
Yeah,
comes from the sky.
Just surround my house in pails.
Checkmate, atheists.
Right? Hashtag we're on top. Geniuses. Whatever. So did you hear DYH that 45 is going to be meeting with the members of the video game industry?
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I think
for starters.
Well, members of the video game industry. That could be anybody.
How do you become one, I think, first off? Because I would like to be a member of the video game industry.
I think we are. I think the moment you put yourself on YouTube, you become a member of the video game industry.
Did you get an invite?
I feel like it's kind of like we're just like a +1. We're somebody's +1 along the way.
I'm pretty sure mine's in the mail.
I like to think someone that we know very vaguely was invited and they got a +1, but they have no friends. So I just threw us in it.
Nice.
We're there.
Plus dose.
Or we're like that couple that like crashed all them White House parties. That
might be a tough one.
To crash White House parties?
Might be tough to do.
I don't know. They did it multiple times. I feel like if that husband and wife team, I mean, because they look like a couple of bozos.
Yeah.
Like two fucking buffoons. I feel like if they could do it, we could have pulled that shit off.
But we can't pose as a husband and wife with this administration. They don't let gays into the White House anymore.
You just shave. You have a nice lean, slender figure. We'll get you a nice dress. Maybe shave your legs,
the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Wear stockings, something like that.
Work hard on this body.
I'll clean up. I'll shave. I'll get a tux. We're in.
I feel like there's just way too much shaving going on, and we're gonna do something horrible with the city sewer system with all that body hair.
Listen, man.
Sacrifices must be made.
You got to break a couple eggs in order to infiltrate the White House omelet.
And to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, shit. So we're going Nat Treasure on this one?
That's what we're doing. This is the darkest timeline.
Now I'm so in. Now I'm taking the Declaration of Independence.
Right after the video game meeting.
And I'm taking a pen.
Damn.
I'm going to take
Savage.
A pen. Now, here's a question, and it doesn't have anything to do with this before we get to this. If someone stole the Declaration of Independence and then signed it themselves and then gave it back, what do you think they'd do?
That's how you create a new country, actually. That's in the Declaration and the Constitution.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you just do that, it's like at the bottom you wrote, "I run this shit," signed yourself.
Yeah.
I think it just becomes law.
You have declared your independence. You're now a country.
You are now a sovereign nation.
I do also think you have to win a war, though, like against the United States.
What if it's a thumb war?
Yeah, I don't think it specifies what kind of war, so I think thumb war counts.
I hear nothing about guns or tanks. I mean, I don't have any of that.
I mean, it was written in the 1700s.
Right.
So, thumb war, I think it's legit.
I think I can declare thumb war. They have to send their champion. Obviously, then they send their champion. Here's the thing. Here's the rub. I've got hitchhiker's thumb, so I can stretch that shit real far back. People think I'm cheating.
Yeah, but they're gonna send in the Secret Service agent with the toe thumb.
It doesn't matter. I can stretch my shit real far back. He won't be able to reach, and I'll sneak attack him.
Johnny Toe Thumb's gonna break your fucking hand off.
I'll take him down, and then I will be the ruler. I will be the rightful heir. It'll be like that scene in Black Panther. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Black Panther. There's a scene where they fight to see who's king.
No, this has gotten way too political now for me. Bringing Black Panther into this. We're not allowed to talk about Black Panther.
We're bringing Black Panther, not the Black Panthers.
This is kind of this is something that bothered me recently, and this has nothing to do with League of Legends. This is just real life right now. Because you can never escape this. It doesn't matter what movie you go see.
Okay.
I went to go see Black Panther with my brother.
Nice.
He's a good old Southern boy, but he's nice people.
I know him.
Jokes a lot.
Right.
But after seeing the movie with him, he looked at me and says, "It was just too political for me." And I'm like, "You serious? That's too political for you?" But like none of the Iron Mans talk about war profiteering as too political.
Yeah. Wow.
None of the Avengers or Captain America talking about government spying.
Captain America. That's about as
Winter
political as you
Soldier
get in comic
is
books.
a political thriller.
Yeah, it's like what is it, Air Force One, man?
Talking about the future of Wakanda, that's too political for him.
Talking about the future of a fictitious nation based in Africa?
Yeah, too political.
That's too political. Yeah, so I guess I could see that.
We had a long talk about that.
I can't imagine why.
And then right after that happened, we went to a bar. This was in South Carolina.
Okay.
We went to a bar, and me and my wife were talking about the movie, and then this guy just kind of jumped into our conversation. He was like,
"What a dick.
It was too political for me." I'm like, was there a meeting that I missed? How was this too political? Are you kidding me?
What's happening down south?
So much bad stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that.
So
but
much
anyway,
bad stuff.
But let's roll it back. So, members of the video game industry.
Yeah.
45 meeting with them.
Starting a committee.
Who is it? A coalition of the nations.
I got a coalition of the willing. Coalition of the willing.
Coalition of the willing, that's it. It's like 27 nations or something like that, I think he says.
We got Belgium. Got Croatia.
Africa Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation. Japan's going to send Sony PlayStations. But like, so members of the video game industry, is he going to meet like with Dyrus?
Maybe it's Dyrus and Voy Boy.
And
Dyrus
and
PewDiePie
Boy?
shows up.
PewDiePie's going to show up with a blunt. And they're gonna. What are they gonna? They're gonna. At the Resolute desk, are they gonna be shaking hands? Like, oh, we had a good meeting, and I found out that top lane is not in a good state right now. It's like, whoa.
Riot needs to get on their job because we got a couple unhappy players out here.
This is I need the best people in top lane, and these are the best people for top lane. Or even hold on, better. He can sit down with with Thorin and Richard Lewis, and maybe they can discuss some real heavy-hitting policies.
Yeah, some real shape the nation shit.
Yeah, really, really kind of hammer down on the things that need work in this country. And
no healthcare unless you're platinum level or above.
Right. No trash tier stuff.
You're only allowed to tweet if you have so many followers on Twitch.
And if you say something and somebody doesn't like it, you can't respond.
Yeah.
Because you can't respond. You
no
can't
response is allowed on Twitter.
No response in Twitter is only it's proactive commenting on individual subjects. You can't respond to anything.
And if you do respond, that's jail.
Treasonous.
Yeah.
Treasonous.
I
mean, I like to think if there's anybody out there who would be all for that as far as, like Twitter abusers are concerned, 45 is your man.
Yeah. He's a winner.
I mean, that's your guy. I mean, he is like the patron saint of thin-skinned Twitter users who say ridiculous things.
I'm really surprised that in the State of the Union, he didn't...
just tweet it?
Just tweet the State of the Union. No, it's too many characters. I think it's
live,
even too many
tweet it.
For Twit Longer.
Twit Longer.
That he didn't propose some type of Twitter future. Like a government Twitter.
Ooh.
Call it Twatter.
Twatter.
I feel like that joke's probably been done. That one's not super clever.
Nah, that's not a great one.
Yeah.
It's not your finest moment.
Yeah, it's okay.
But that's okay. It's not okay?
What's that?
I actually don't know. There's a lot of things that aren't okay, but I was just moving off of that.
So many things.
So many things are not okay, so we're just going to move off of that.
That's not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about okay things.
Right. We're just going to pivot. I'm going to pivot.
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 I'm gonna pivot from that. I'm gonna start heading this in a different direction.
What direction, though? I'm so excited to hear.
Well, we have to do our reactions. Remember?
Oh,
reactions.
I love reactions.
We're following a format. This is part of our format.
We're like real life professionals.
Right? It's like pretty much we do this on a professional level.
Almost every week.
Just about well, we do it every week. Just does it get posted every week? That's a question.
You said do.
I did, and then professionalism out the window. There it goes. I just saw it go out the window.
And that's how you lose a YouTube monetization.
Found it, and then it was gone.
It's gone. Sorry.
Right there. We missed it. So reactions. Mm-hmm. So I had a little moment a couple of days ago. So there was an article on, was it Inven? Inven, right? Yeah, it was Inven. And it was an interview with Bjergsen. And the major takeaway from it, and I want to read this so I get it right. I don't want to misquote. When you are successful for as long as TSM has, people are going to love to see us fail and lose. Okay. Mm-hmm. I have so many things I want to say about that. And I had so many things that I did say about that.
Can I start?
I feel like I always do, so I would love for you to.
It's a pretty simple start. My start is that he's not wrong. He's just an asshole. You're not wrong. He's an asshole. In a defined scope, I think he's not wrong. I think the
statement is not wrong. I don't disagree with the statement that's being said.
When you are successful, people want to see you fail.
When something is successful, yes, it brings on far more haters. Well, probably equal amount of haters as it does, fans.
Fair weather or otherwise.
Regardless, but go on, continue.
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's wrong in this instance, but also if you open the lens a little bit.
Well, that's what I'd like. That's where I would like to do. I feel like right now it's like they have, you're looking at a stage, but you're only looking at like a quarter of the stage.
I think you're just looking at a small stage. You're looking at the High School Musical set.
Well, what I'm saying is like the curtain is covering most of the stage. And when you pull the curtain aside, then you see all of it. And you realize that the success that's being talked about here is like minuscule at best.
Yeah, it's a pretty small amount of success.
I mean, listen, if your TSM and your definition of success is being good only in America and winning the NALCS is the only thing that matters to you, then yes, by all means, you are 100% successful.
And I think it's fair, and this isn't me not being sarcastic. I think that's a fair way to describe success in this situation.
Is what?
Winning the NALCS.
You feel that is success.
That is a form of success. I think it's a fair way to define it. I don't think
I don't think it's unsuccessful. I think it's an unfinished amount of success.
Sure.
I think it's an incomplete.
The first step to the success pyramid. Copyright Tower Dive.
Right. Copyright Tower Dive. CC 2018. I feel like my take on it is I feel it's a bit of a gross estimation a gross overrepresentation of success, of how it's being defined in this regard. When you're saying that people around, the country love or hate you because of how successful you've been for so long, I mean, you're really not that successful. Because ultimately, I think the goal is Worlds. And I know the argument will be, well, Korea dominates, and they have for so long. And yes, I agree. Is winning Worlds the only definition is the only qualifier for a successful team? No. I do not think that is the case. I think a good showing at Worlds, I think a good showing at meaningful international events is how you define success.
Yeah, I think making it deeper into the bracket
right
is, there are moments there that you can hail yourself.
Right.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah, I mean, because, excuse me, because the whole great teams are always loved and hated, that usually is reserved for champions. Mm-hmm. People hate the Patriots because the Patriots always win.
Right. But
nobody hated the Buffalo Bills because they lost 5 Super Bowls. No one hated them. No one was like, oh, those dang Buffalo Bills never winning. It just doesn't happen. That's not how success and how, it's measured.
Also, nobody really cares if they're division champions, right? That's a thing in football.
Exactly. And
Isn't
I think
it divisions?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you win
division, conference champion, what have you.
Yeah, if you win that, no one gives a shit.
It's not that no one gives a shit in the grand scheme of things.
Well,
they
only give a
matter.
shit because it's one step closer to the Super Bowl.
Right. What I'm saying is the only people that care are like, your core fan base.
Yeah.
The rest of the sports watching world doesn't. It doesn't matter.
Right. And even
like if you lose, like if in tennis in the French Open, if you lose in the semifinals or the quarterfinals, nobody cares. It doesn't matter. No one's gonna go, man, he was really good or she was really great. No, she wasn't. She made it to the French Open, which is cool. But like, she really have a good showing, so it doesn't matter.
They might say she played a really good game.
Sure. But ultimately, he or she lost. So no matter how good the game that they played was, it wasn't good enough.
Right.
And I think, I think what's happening here is the hatred that you have for winning teams is not the same hatred that you have, say, for a team like TSM.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason that people hate the Patriots is out of pure jealousy.
Sure.
It's a situation where you wish your team was that good, or you wish the player you liked was that good.
That's envy.
Yeah, it's envy. It's not hatred. It's just, jealousy and envy. And you wish that you had something in that spot.
Right.
I don't think that people feel that way about TSM. I think the reason people hate them is their ownership is more concerned with like making memes than about actually trying to, maybe get out of groups.
You got to capitalize on that Bay life, baby.
But I'm, and it was a perfect example of it. Is this whole article came out, and then they were like, people were bad mouthing TSM all over the place, myself included, and like Reggie was on Twitter and he posted a picture with their NALCS, trophies, and like, oh, this is the only thing that matters. Or something to that effect. I don't even know exactly what he said, and I looked at it and I was like, dude, those are like participation awards. Congratulations.
Well, I mean, they're more significant than that.
They're
not
that much more significant.
A little more significant.
I
can tell you
more.
Why. I can't speak for the rest of the internet. I can tell you why I don't like TSM.
Because they're fans?
No, it actually has to do with the team. I'm tired of seeing them go to Worlds, and I'm tired of seeing them shit the bed at Worlds.
Well,
I either don't go, let someone else go.
Just concede that you're not going to do well, and just be like, you know what, let them take our spot.
And maybe
better.
That honestly, that might actually be good for the team.
Right? I think the problem is, for me personally, and like I said, my problem is more with their fan base and their ownership. Like, I think Reggie is just the worst owner. And this came up in the argument in that I was like, I just feel like that their ownership.
Holy shit, this is so cringe. I just looked up that Reggie tweet.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, dude.
So just to paint a picture here, it's Reggie lying on the floor in front of a fireplace with a stack of money in his hand and a Dr. Pepper right in front of him. And then lined up are these 6 NALCS trophies.
Yeah.
And he's kissing the money.
Right.
And the tweet is, when everyone shits on you for losing a few matches during the season, don't forget who the kings of NA are.
Right. See, now do you see my point?
See, this is why people hate TSM.
Right. And
it has
his
nothing to
response
do with them losing.
Well, his response to it was, I just want to make a meme.
Oh, great. You're only the owner of the, quote, most successful team in North America, unquote.
Right.
Why would you take this seriously?
Right. And like I said, I think the problem number one with why people hate TSM and why I hate TSM is I feel like their ownership is a big, fat, stupid joke.
Not gonna lie, though. He's looking pretty good. Looks like he's lost some weight.
I don't mean he's big and fat. I just mean, like, it's just a big, fat, stupid joke.
No, but he's looking, I mean, he's doing good things for his body. Good for him.
Yeah, wonderful. And I got into an argument back and forth, and some guy was like, oh, well, everyone who's ever played with TSM only talks about how great and, how great their ownership is and how great the management is and how much fun they had and how great they were treated. And I'm like, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm just saying they suck at their jobs.
But also, everybody says that about every team that they ever played with, except for Special.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's the only one.
Yeah, like, I mean, of course, everyone is gonna, it doesn't, just because you're a good person doesn't mean you're an incredible coach or incredible management, or you understand, talent and you know who's gonna work with you and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't mean anything. You could be a perfectly wonderful person.
I mean, we know that Reggie is not a perfectly wonderful person.
No, he's a giant pile of dog shit. And I just don't care. But like I said, on top of that, their fan base, like, anything that happens, like for example, this week that they went 2-0 and they beat Echo Fox, big win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now their fans will be like, see, we're the best team in NA, and they'll cling to that like grim death. And it's like, you know what? Number one, act like you've been there. Number two, your team is still kind of bad.
Yeah.
And I got into an argument, and it came down to where I said, I just wish their fans would do what fans of bad teams do, and they can be fans of them, but just shut your fucking mouth.
Is that the case, though? Is that what fans of bad teams do in real life?
When you're not winning, yeah, you shut your fucking mouth.
Oh, okay.
You don't get involved in arguments and talk about how good your team is. Having hope is not wrong.
Uh-huh.
Having misplaced confidence is wrong. Like, I am a habitual fan of bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
My teams, I'm constantly in the wait till next year boat. I don't wake up at the beginning of a sports season and say, my team's the fucking best in the world and they're going to win. No, I say, man, I hope my team doesn't suck this year. Or, man, I hope they win some games this year. Boy, the playoffs would be great. Because I'm realistic. I'm not a fucking imbecile. I'm not a child. I don't go in and go, the best right now, bar none, best team in the world. No, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You have no idea what you're talking about. You can have hope and you can have confidence. You could be like, man, they look great this year, or man, this roster looks really good. I think we have a really good chance. Perfectly fine things to say. But when you start talking like you've won something, no, you're an asshole then. You're just an idiot. Just shut up. And that's literally the vocal majority of TSM fans. Can't keep their stupid mouths shut. And that's why I hate them so much.
I can tell.
Typical, they'll twist my words and be like, oh, so you're saying I can't cheer for my team? Absolutely not. I love it when you cheer for your team. There's nothing more in this world that I would rather you do than cheer for the team that you like. But just shut up and know what cheering means. Cheering doesn't mean that they win a fucking game and you think they're the world champions. Cheering doesn't mean that they played some inconsequential international tournament where the best teams in the world didn't even play, they win it, and you claim them champions of the fucking universe. No, it doesn't matter.
But that's how it works. That's how America wins the World Series every year.
Right. It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. And that's what irks me about it. That's what irks me about them. But back to this interview. Now that I went straight anger mode. So this interview was just a series of just ridiculous softball questions.
For the most part, yeah.
I mean, it was almost embarrassing to read. And I'm sure the writer is a perfectly wonderful human being.
He tried really hard, I think.
I have nothing against him, yeah, but he didn't write it like a journalist. He wrote it like a fan.
Yeah.
Like it was like, like your younger brother interviewing you for school.
It's like when you go interview your grandpa about World War II.
Exactly. It's just, you're not... like the questions were... They were like a Saturday Night Live skit where, you have the one where...
in France, Grandpa?
Yeah. So...
It was cold, Johnny.
You were in Worlds. Was that cool?
How was that?
Was that cool?
Yeah,
like it's like stupid shit like that. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Yeah, it was just great. We did crack. It was awesome.
We played like shit, but I still had a good time because we get to travel and they pay for the food.
Yeah. So anyway, so just kind of pulling just tidbits because to go through this whole interview would just be like mind numbing. I'd have to give myself a lobotomy afterwards.
I mean, reading the whole interview in its entirety might give you a lobotomy.
It might make you want a lobotomy. Please, can I have one at the end of this?
Please, I need it to be over.
I just want it to be done.
Take it away.
Just end it. Just make it quick and painless, or make it painful. I don't care. Just end it. So the first
give me the chisel. I'm doing it myself.
Here we go. Up the nose. Pray for rain.
Definitely through the eye. Come on.
So the first thing,
Come on.
the first thing,
Come
like
on.
the first sentence in this article is coming back from an 0-2 week 5. TSM seems to found their groove by taking down the first place team, Echo Fox. All right.
Step 1, having one good week doesn't mean you found your groove.
Step 2, they've had a 2-0 week before and then proceeded to go 1-3 after it.
Step 3, this is not Stedler's got her groove back.
No. Step 4, maybe temper a little bit. Again, 2 wins does not make you world champions. It does not mean you found your groove. It means you had a good week. Now let's try and do that again.
Yeah, congratulations. Look what you did right. Look what you did wrong in the previous weeks. Maybe try and harmonize those two things.
Yeah, good job. You're back to 500. You don't have a winning record even. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. Maybe ease it off. Back it up a little bit. Back up the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Let's calm down.
I mean, and then Bjergsen gives the most candid answer he could possibly give. It feels good.
Yeah. That was the other thing. Like, these stupid softball questions. Like, what do you expect him to say? I like, one of them was like, oh, is this the best TSM team of all time? I think so. What's he going to say? No. This is by far our worst team?
This is the worst iteration of TSM.
Yeah. I hate everybody that's on this team. Kill me now.
Toss the mic.
Yeah. You know what? Just pack it in because this team sucks. No, he's never going to say that.
No.
So then
I think the frustrating part is that there's a story here. There's a very obvious story of TSM coming off a really long cold streak.
Right.
And this is the first maybe step of them heating up.
Right. Or, you know, this is putting them in position to actually not look like a dog crap team.
And I don't know why he's not asking, what did you change? What do your scrim sessions look like? How do you feel about your synergy? Is there anything going on between you and Song? Are there other coaches involved? Like, there's so many questions to ask other than what kind of Chipotle do you like?
Yeah, why do you think that you guys haven't been competing well against teams that you should be absolutely crushing?
TSM has a history of performing poorly in the beginning of Spring Split. Is this a trend?
Yeah. Is this something that you guys like, you know, it's like becoming a mental block?
Or you just plan for it? You just understand that it's a time of change and that you're not going to do well in the beginning of a new series.
Right. Do you treat Spring Split as to what a lot of people kind of consider it, which is really just an extended preseason to kind of learn your strengths and weaknesses?
Basically spring training.
Yeah, pretty much. That's really what it is.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not. Some of my best friends are gay.
No. My dad's gay.
My father's gay. So here's another, and just kind of pulling a comment out of it. When Bjergsen goes, it feels good, but it's unfortunate that everyone is surprised that we beat them, in referring to Echo Fox. Mm-hmm. That was his kind of part of his response.
Yeah, which is strange because you're on a losing streak right now. People should be surprised that it breaks.
Yeah, I mean, you're 4-6 going into playing Echo Fox. You're surprised that people, like, it's unfortunate that people were surprised you beat them. I'm surprised you beat them.
It should be a happy surprise. You shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, it's like happy accident. Oh, look at that.
Good thing. Oh, hey, good job.
Hey,
you did it.
Hey, we won. All right.
You're not back on top, but come on.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Do I like the confidence that he has? Sure. But I think your choice of words kind of makes you come across you don't really understand things. And maybe that's a language barrier.
And he's like 7 years old, so I don't know. Maybe we're expecting too much.
Maybe we are. Maybe our standards are too high.
That's the issue. We put the bar too high up.
And he's tall.
He is tall, but just out of reach.
Just too high. Fingertips. So then he was like, another one, I think it's from hitting rock bottom, going 0-2 and realizing that, wow, we're so bad. I don't think all the NALCS teams are that strong right now, so it's really disappointing on all of us. I feel like that's also an out-of-touch statement.
I think that's actually some solid trash. I think that's...
I feel like if you're going to make trash talk, I mean, go a little further. It just doesn't feel like it went far enough to be trash talk, so it just kind of feels like, again, out of touch. Or that you just don't really know that your team's not that good.
It could be that, though, too.
Like, and listen, in an interview, in this clown shoes fucking interview, you're not going to admit that you don't think your team is very good.
Well, you're not going to admit that if you're, on CNN. Like that.
No, no, and I'm not saying, and especially not in this clown shoes interview.
Yeah.
You're not going to say, but there are ways to kind of allude to that, but still not say, we're not at, it's like simple things like, we're not playing up to the level that I expect us to play at. We're not playing up to the level that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the season. I know we're better than what we are. Things like that.
Man, how are you not a PR rep for one of these teams? How do we get that job?
Right? No, you have to kiss too much ass.
That's something too many D's.
I refuse to do that.
Yeah.
Also, I refuse to do it for probably what they're considering paying me.
I don't know. It might be good.
I doubt it.
Although the taxes in California, I'm sure, are outrageous.
Killer. Just absolutely killer. Yeah, and just the cost of living. It's way too much. I'm like 6 figures to start the conversation.
Nah, PR can be done remotely.
Then it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If I can do it remotely, even better.
Mm-hmm.
But still, my number starts pretty high. I'm not some 16-year-old kid, starry-eyed, going, I want to be in esports. No, I'm a grown-ass man.
I'm a man. I'm a man, baby.
I'm a grown-ass man. I can buy and sell these motherfuckers.
All day. All day.
Make it rain. So, okay, then there was a comment about, now that initial thing when I said when you're successful as long as TSM, there's an additional portion to that of what Bjergsen said. Mm-hmm. And this one was also kind of interesting. He's talking about, I guess, reading social media. That's the to preface this. He's talking about social media and things people say that are good and bad. Some of the things people say have some truth to it. Instead of reading it straight because it will have some negative or toxic comments, you need to find if there is any merit in the comment at all. You need to ask yourself, is there anything I can extract from it? Is there anything I can use?
No.
Now, that's a big old fucking no-no.
No. No.
Don't do that at all.
There is never any advice you can glean off the shitstorm that is Reddit.
No, I don't care how logical a fan sounds. You do not use them as a potential provider of sound advice.
It's like listening to George Costanza trying to fix your swing.
It's like, I mean, no. Never in a million years should you go, that fan, he makes a good point.
Pussy Slayer 420 really nailed it there.
He may have made a good point. Let it go. Social media, when you are a professional, anything's supposed to roll off your back. When they say things that are nice, cool. When they say things that are shitty, cool. You just let it go, man. Just listen to Elsa. Let it go.
Oh, Jesus. Why?
Because I love using that.
Why?
Because it's great.
I hate it.
I don't care.
I care.
Too bad.
But you shouldn't listen to the internet. Listen to your coach. Listen to your teammates.
Listen to Elsa.
Listen to Elsa.
Just let it go.
Although I prefer Anna.
Because she didn't say let it go. She asks you. She asks you if you wanted to build a snowman.
She does. She does, and I do.
And I do. I
really do.
I do. It's just, yeah. I can't. I just don't understand these players.
Maybe that's the issue with TSM right now.
Is they're listening to their fans
on Twitter too much?
That's like,
and they're like taking notes. Oh man, this guy says that we should focus on Bjergsen more. Oh, this guy says that we should also focus on Bjergsen more. Oh man, they're all saying we should just let Bjergsen carry the game. Such great advice.
I couldn't think of a worse thing to do than to listen to TSM fans and try and glean use and gain like if there's any gainful advice that they could provide. I can't even. I can only odd.
You can only odd.
I can only odd.
Yeah.
It's just not. This is not a good scene. And then flip side of that, there was that Acadian article,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, there's a guy who gets it.
Yeah, he's got it.
He has got it. He's just like, people say shit to me on social media, I turn that shit off and I walk away because there's nothing that they can do to me.
That's
I mean,
good advice.
He did kind of get a little cocky sounding in the midst of it.
Well, I think he was talking about who he used to be.
No, that's not what I mean.
Because he was talking about how when he first came onto the scene, he was hot shit in a champagne glass.
And then he's
And then
cold
he
diarrhea
wasn't.
in a Dixie cup.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. There was the other part where he said, hold on, I'll pull this up here. Blah, blah, blah.
God, Mithy is kind of a weird looking guy.
Acadian?
Mithy.
Oh, yeah, Mithy is weird looking. Let's see here. What does he say? I thought I was the shit. Whenever you get criticism. I mean, this part, he goes, do you really think any of the NFL players give a single care? I believe he probably used the term shit, but they didn't want to put that there. About what those fans are saying at all. No, not at all. I don't put much value in what Reddit says because at the end of the day, and this is the part where it's like, I know what you're trying to say, but you sound really bad saying it. Because at the end of the day, nobody is really educated.
I mean, we literally just said that.
I don't think that they're... I mean, I think that you probably could have used a better term.
Maybe, but...
Nobody understands what being a pro is.
I think the point he was getting at was when the game is actually going on, no one understands what's happening inside the heads of these players.
No, not even analysts. No, you can watch as many games. If you're until you're put in that position, I 100% agree with that. I just didn't prefer how his wording is.
It's super easy to call out a mistake when you've got fog of war turned off and you can see both teams.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's super easy to call out that mistake. Oh, they should have done this and then.
It's also even easier to call out a mistake when you're watching the game after it's been played.
Right.
It's very easy to say, "Oh, I would have done that."
But you're never going to be able to know what they were thinking or their justifications when they do something.
No, absolutely not. There is a million things going through your mind, and I understand that. That's why I've always said pros need to not listen to social media ever.
Yeah, just their coach.
Yeah, just listen to your coach.
And their teammates. And sometimes their moms, depending on the emotional distress Reddit and Twitter is putting on them.
Right.
It's hard out there.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. You're getting paid to play a game. It's not hard for you.
It's great. It's perfect.
Can the game be difficult at times? Yes. Is your life hard? No. You do not have a hard life.
Not anymore, at least.
No, maybe you did. Probably not so much, but you might have. Maybe you did. But you don't anymore. You get paid to play a game. Handsomely, might I add. You get paid handsomely to play a game. And you don't have to pay for anything. Your house, your food, anything.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
You don't have...
Although you do have to live in a house with 4 other stinky guys.
Probably 5 or 6 if
you think the coach lives there too? Surely the coach has his own... Surely they gave Song his own place.
No way. Song probably just has a room. It's just upstairs.
He's in the attic. Doesn't even have AC.
Yeah, he doesn't even. He's got a box fan.
Yeah, in the window.
Poor son of a bitch. No windows, just a box fan sitting on the floor. Poor bastard.
Guy. This isn't what he signed up for.
Well,
thought it was going to be a bathtub of Chipotle, but it wasn't. It's a futon in a dusty attic.
Yeah, right.
Next to some old.
You got
Playboys.
one of those. You got one of those fucking foam chairs that used to like fold out to like look like a chaise lounge. That's his bed.
It's one of those. He's got one of those big plastic chairs that look like a hand.
Yeah, he's got that. His work laptop's a Gateway.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even buy him an Alienware or anything. He bought him a fucking Gateway. It's not even a company anymore. It doesn't even matter.
It's an E-machine.
Right? Oh, E-machine. It's one of those colorful iMacs.
Yeah.
The big dumb ones.
It's pretty dope.
Poor
and then every decision you make, you have to go through Reggie first to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
Really a solid support staff.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what? Maybe Song kind of has it rough.
Yeah, maybe his life is that bad.
He still has a hard life.
Yeah, he still has it tough because he's probably not making the same amount that Bjergsen's making.
Probably not. Or maybe he is.
No, he's definitely not. He's not. He is 100% not making he's not making that Bjergsen money.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't bring in the same kind of sponsors that Bjergsen would.
No.
No one gives a shit who your coach is, unfortunately.
And you're the first one to blame.
Oh, yeah. You're the first one to get canned, for sure.
Yeah, you can't fire the players.
No way.
Although I guess you can.
Oh, depends on the player.
Depends on the situation.
You know what I really want to see?
What's that?
I really want to see a team come in and like straight up moneyball a split.
But how do you moneyball?
I don't know.
How do you moneyball in League of Legends?
I don't know. I'm not
you
some
hire all
genius
bad players?
analyst.
No.
But you have to, you find the cheapest players you can get to get you into playoffs, and then you win playoffs. You moneyball. That's what the movie was about, right?
No, I know. I remember it actually happening in real life, like before the movie.
Yeah, I only saw the movie.
Right. I remember when the Oakland A's actually did that.
I think someone needs to do that. I think they get a whole bunch of cheap players. They don't put them in a house. They
just rented just get a hotel room.
Right, fucking Motel 6.
One of those extended stays.
Everyone practices in the public library.
Or some sort of like a Starbucks nearby.
Yeah, on the free Wi-Fi. You don't even pay for the Starbucks good Wi-Fi.
On that free Wi-Fi.
Scheduled bathroom breaks.
I just don't know if you can moneyball League of Legends.
I think you can.
I mean, you really got to. I think the only thing you need. I think if you're gonna moneyball a League of Legends team, the thing you need to spend the most money on is your talent, like your talent scouting and your talent development.
Absolutely.
Those are the people you need to spend the most money on, because you have if you're gonna find fucking diamonds and dog shit, you better have someone who can spot it.
I think you bring in a couple people, a couple ringers from like wild card regions.
Anybody could go to Europe and go, Sven and Mithy, they're really good. Let's sign them. That's not talent.
Right.
That's not. You're not like, oh man, talent observation. No, you're not scouting. You just bought the best bot lane you could find.
Although I guarantee you, someone tries to moneyball League of Legends and they pick up tabs. Every time someone tries to start a new team,
pick up tabs. Or like Nuke
always
Duck.
Tabs.
Or Nuke Duck.
Or Nuke Duck. No, Nuke Duck's banned. Kicked him out.
Nuke Duck's playing on a team.
Nuke Duck's racist. Kick him out.
Yeah, well, yeah, most Europeans seem to be.
Everybody hates Milkshake Duck.
Milkshake Duck. But yeah, so you just need your director of scouting would have to be your most important and most pricey piece of that Moneyball team.
Yeah, I think you bring in a couple Brazilian players for your two foreigners.
I don't think you could do Brazilian. No way, man. They're too toxic.
I think that's important, though. That's why they're so cheap.
I think you bring in, you find like three solid Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Not superstars, virtual unknowns. You find unknowns, you really scour. Like, you have to plan this like 3 years in advance.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how long the contract process takes anyway, so.
Also, I mean, I think you're going to start by like looking at like 14-year-old kids, and you're going to cultivate it until they're old enough to play.
By the time you're finished with this, League of Legends 2 will be out.
Yeah.
You have to start over.
Your team is ready then.
Uh-huh.
You're ready to go. You've gotten ahead of the curve. So you find like those young kids that are really tearing it up,
mm-hmm.
and you start working with them. And then they're 17 and they can play League of Legends. So then you bring them in, and then you need your foreigners. And yeah, I think you're looking like the like the Taipei region, shit like that.
OCE.
I don't know. That's not OCE, is it?
I don't know.
It's not.
Let's say it is.
It isn't though.
I think they're going to be cheaper though for the same caliber players.
Right, but also the Oceania players. There was a couple of teams there that were like crazy toxic.
Yeah, so the teams were because they weren't paying the players.
No, but the players were
get out. You get it for super cheap.
The players were pretty bad. I think you want to find like the most respectful team too. You don't want to make the wrong kind of waves.
I guess.
You bring in quiet guys from Taipei.
Uh-huh.
That were maybe, like alternates for like the Taipei Assassins or like the Saigon Jokers or something like that.
From like 7 years ago.
Yeah, from like 25 years ago. You get Stanley and Lowballs.
There's your coaching staff.
Right? No, absolutely. I think I would say absolutely.
Call up Toys. Be like, what up, Toys?
What up, Toys?
I will pay you $7 a day, fix this for me.
You get Tabe to coach for you.
Yeah.
You know, and then you just develop this team, and then you win the LCS, but you don't get out of groups.
Well,
because then that's Moneyball,
right?
Because the Oakland A's, you know, were really good in the regular season and didn't win shit.
But then you sell your team, you make fucking stacks on stacks.
You can't do that anymore, though.
You can't sell your team?
I don't know.
I think you can sell your team still.
I mean, you would sell the ownership stake.
Yeah,
you would sell the ownership stake.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, you know, CLG
CLG
would be still CLG. It's just you wouldn't be owned by George. You would be owned by some guy fucking, you know, Craig.
X Corporation from Panama.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
He'd be owned by InGen, the company that did the Jurassic Park. Right? InGen? InGen. InVen's that website we just talked about.
InVen is the website we talked about.
InGen made Jurassic Park.
Did they make the dinosaurs?
Yeah, that's who the lawyer worked for. What's his name? I forget what his name is.
The one that got eaten when he was pooping.
Gennaro. Yeah. The one who got eaten because he ran in the bathroom, and Ian Malcolm was like, "When you gotta go."
But did he actually poop?
No, he just ran in the bathroom
thought his
to
pants
hide.
Were down when the
he was wearing
T-Rex
shorts.
ate him.
No, he was wearing shorts.
Oh.
He was wearing like a suit, but the suit pants were shorts.
That's not a thing.
It is. I saw it on the subway once.
That's awful.
I saw a guy in a full suit, vest, tie, shirt, shorts, socks, dress shoes.
What color were the socks?
I think they were like light blue or like electric blue.
Wow. Bold move, Cotton.
It was like a grayish suit, too. I mean, listen, the guy was totally rocking it, but I could never pull that off. I would look like an idiot.
I don't think this guy looked like a not idiot.
Oh, no, he didn't, but he was proud of himself.
As long that's what matters.
Like he was making it work for him.
Confidence is key.
Exactly, yeah. He was wearing it like, yeah, I have fucking shorts as my suit pants. Eat a dick. And I was like, I won't, but okay, good for you. So yeah, but that's what Gennaro was wearing, suit shorts. They're weird.
That is weird.
I'm not a fan of them. You see Casey Tron is back?
I didn't.
Or I guess never left.
I gotta be honest, I don't watch a whole lot of Twitch.
Neither do I.
It's kind of a weird space.
Yeah.
You know, I started watching back when it was still Justin TV, and I still don't get what a Kappa is.
It's that guy.
Yeah, no, I know it's a guy, and it's some guy's face, but like,
it's him.
I don't know why that's a thing, but
I read about it why it's a thing, but I guess I'm just too old to understand.
Back to your point, I did not know Casey Tron is back. Is she playing League of Legends, or is she just playing whatever?
Well, apparently she was doing something where she was like not being a booby streamer, but it was all like a ploy. Because I will say this, I can't stand Casey Tron, but she gets it.
Oh, yeah. This is not the real person.
No.
Yeah.
She fucking gets it.
This is a game to her that she is obviously winning.
And she is winning, yeah.
Look,
because
we're talking about it. And we
nothing
her.
No, I have no opinion of her. I mean, I don't care for her stream, but like I'm like, oh, fuck Casey Tron, or oh man, Casey Tron's awesome. I respect how she's gaming everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I respect that she gets fucking money from people that call her the dirtiest names they can think. But it doesn't matter because they're giving her money.
Right.
But, I mean, her history, like, she came from, like, nothing. Like, she was super poor.
Huh.
Like, I think her mother was a drug addict and her father wasn't in the picture and she was raised by her grandmother. Like, she had nothing.
Well.
So, more power to her for, number one, not being like
she's got some good bootstraps.
Not being a mess of a human being.
Yeah.
I mean,
good work.
She may need some counseling. I don't know.
Well, we all probably need counseling. So
I mean, she gets called like a turbo slut and is totally bought into it. Like she is like what normally you would become like a prostitute. She became a streamer.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is a better gig.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely probably less personally demeaning and like it's not as soul siphoning.
Also not nearly as dangerous.
Right. Well, although, I mean, there have been people killed over arguments on Twitch.
There's been a person killed.
But still counts. Still dead. Still dead.
Yeah.
But there is, it's definitely less soul crushing, probably. And like less creating a giant void in your chest type situation. But yeah, I mean, I feel like at one point in her life, she was probably teetering on the edge of, do I stream or do I fuck for money? I'm really happy she chose the former.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it worked out probably better for her. But I bet you there's probably some issues in that head. I
mean, there's issues in everyone's head.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to go in there with a flashlight. I feel like that's
spiders.
I feel like that's there's some demons in there. Especially because it's like the porn star that, when they berate her and stuff, and then and she lashes out and goes insane and is crying, and it's like, but you fuck for money, and it's like, yeah, but I'm dead inside. It's like that. They act like they don't care until, it all bubbles over.
Well, hopefully it doesn't bubble over.
Well, I hope it doesn't, but I'm just saying, I feel like, you do it enough, eventually it's gonna, you're gonna have to find an outlet for it.
I guess we'll find out about that eventually.
Eventually, yeah. It'll get on the front page already.
Yeah, one time.
And all the people that hate her will be like, good, I'm glad she's dead.
God, it's terrible.
Yeah, and they'll be horrible
What's wrong
people.
with people?
They're just awful. They're TSM fans.
I think that wraps it up, actually.
And it puts a nice little bow on it.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So I got nothing else.
No. I have an announcement. I'm on Twitter now. This is happening.
Yay!
If you want to follow me, I am at RWAdams87. We'll put it in the link in the description episode and everything.
I'm pointing at the bottom where it is.
Yeah. You can also find me through at Tower Dive.
At Tower Dive PC.
PC, correct.
At Tower Dive is something else.
They're not good.
I mean, you can tweet at them, but I don't know who they are.
Don't go to them. Don't talk to those people.
Don't. You know what? Don't talk to anybody on the internet.
Also, if someone replies to you, just block them.
Just block them.
That's how it works.
Oh yeah. Actually, I do have a good tip for you though.
Okay.
Never engage in a conversation about Lord of the Rings on Twitter.
Yeah, that's good.
Just don't do it.
I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings anyway.
Just don't do it. Don't do it.
It's a good tip.
Save yourself the trouble. And with that, we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.